Marquee grouping. Woods, Thomas, McIlroy about to finish their round. And Dustin Johnson hopes he has one last stroke left to complete his. Nope, there'll be another.
That is a very disappointing bogey from after that tee shot. I mean, just 198 yards in. He's not going to be very happy leaving the last hole.
Started out like it might be a special day. Probably won't be satisfied with that 1 under. Here is a look at the layout at TPC Harding Park. Opened back in 1925, kind of an old school feel. There's the inner 9 is a loop. And those last 2 holes in particular, exceptionally difficult. They're the 2 toughest holes on the course. 8 is second toughest, 9 the hardest, and they're combined 49 over par is the field on those 2 holes. Well, what a wild round for Justin Rose. 3 fairways hit and a 66, 4 under par, 1 shot off the lead, held solely right now by Jason Day. Let's send you to Tom Rinaldi.
Sean, thank you very much. It's a variation on the thought we try to discover and explore all morning, so we go to the source to see if he can answer it. What is it about this time of year, major championships, that seem to just flip a switch in you, Brooks?
I love it. I just love the competition. I love when it's extremely difficult. Every shot, there's a lot of consequences, and I think when you play tough golf courses like this, you got to really narrow your focus off the tee, put it in the fairway, and just go 1 shot at a time. Just keep plugging away, and eventually, make a few birdies.
Can't tell if you're one of those guys that just likes pain or you just like to see everybody else suffer. You called it a big boy golf course. Let's take a look at some of the highlights here and see how you did to get to the 66. No, you didn't love how it started here, and this is on 11.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I think I just overread it. I hit a good putt. I tried to play left edge and just went straight. I saw the chip go by, but it is what it is.
13.
It was great to bounce back after that and make one dead center and kind of build some confidence off that. And then this one on 14, it ball below your feet. We had a perfect number, just a good 9-iron right in there, right next to the flag, and tried to skip it up there and did pretty much tap in.
Impressive to see. You get off to that kind of start. You never show. You're never rattled. Next thing we know, you turn around and you're in red numbers.
Yeah, it's nice to see. And that one right there, I just hit it a little too firm and just caught the edge, so I was thankful to see that. But 18, I got to give credit to Phil Kenyon. With putting, we changed a bunch of things and got this putter no longer off the toe. It's off the center, or pretty close to it, which feels kind of off the hill to me, but we're getting adjusted to it, and I like the way I'm putting.
You know the narrative that surrounds you with trying to go for 3 in a row, all the major championship pedigree. How do you compartmentalize that when you ultimately put the peg in the ground and you start round 1, first major of the year?
You just go. I had a good, idea of it at the U.S. Open, trying to go for 3 and played well there, so I know how to handle the pressure, and I'm comfortable with it.
Big boy golf course. If that's the case, I think this man qualifies, Scott Van Pelt.
He's every bit of that. He's every bit of that. Big boy and big boy game, and it certainly fits this golf course well. We are just getting started here on ESPN. So thrilled to be here and a chance to cover the first round of the first major in 2020.
Welcome to the 2020 PGA Championship at TPC Harding Park in San Francisco. On behalf of our nearly 29,000 PGA professionals, we're so proud and excited to host the first major championship of the year. And this has been a year unlike any other in recent memory, where we've been challenged to find connection through our separation and unity amid our division. In our game, we find a common ground, where the eager beginner and the established player, the weekend golfer, and the major contender can share the same test and play the same course, as they do this week at TPC Harding Park, all seeking the same feeling of a shot well hit and time well spent. We want to thank all those who've given their time and their effort to make this championship happen, from the state of California and local officials here in the city of San Francisco to all our volunteers. From our broadcast partners at ESPN and CBS, to the work done by our board of directors and our PGA of America team led by our CEO, Seth Waugh. And we want to thank you, all who share in our passion for the game. Golf is for everyone, and our committed PGA professionals are ready to help you play. Now enjoy watching the strongest field in golf and the best male players in the world competing for victory and trying to make history. Enjoy the PGA Championship.
The 2020 PGA Championship is brought to you by the PGA of America, inspiring the future of the game and the golfer in all of us. Wonderful looks at a great city. I know how desperately the PGA of America wanted to be able to bring this championship to Harding Park, all the work that had gone in, and as we said at the very beginning of our coverage on ESPN Plus, it's a chore at the moment to get anywhere, do anything. We all understand that. We understand it's meant to be difficult. We all try to do our part. But by the same token, it means a great deal to everybody who's here on the grounds to be able to be here to bring you this biggest championship of 2020 since everything stopped in mid-March. And what a gorgeous look that is at San Francisco. And just earlier here on 9.
From 199 with a 6-iron from Tiger Woods.
It's just a well-judged, smart shot up the middle of the green, give himself a good look and cap off a good round.
Here's one of our PGA club professionals, Rich Barbarian Jr., playing in his 5th consecutive PGA. And from about 57 feet, he makes birdie at number 3. 1 under par for Barbarian Jr. He has yet to make the cut any of the previous 4 PGAs he has played in, but J.R. Roth and Barbarian Jr. both off to a very good start as we check the leaderboard amongst our PGA professionals that have made the field. And Scott Van Pelt, as you put it so well earlier, so much represent what this game is supposed to be all about to all of us.
It's the soul of the game, isn't it, David?
Absolutely, and with so many golf courses shutting down initially and then with them opening up, what the professionals have had to do following guidelines and the hours they've been putting in, it's truly a celebration of the people who support this game.
Rory McIlroy still chagrined. Distance control an issue with the putting throughout the day today.
Second for Patrick Reed here on 1. Just under 400 yards. We have seen birdies, an eagle from Adam Hadwin from the fairway, hole outs from the bunker. It's been a green light.
Yeah, it's a pretty benign opening hole. Need to take advantage of it.
Both 1 and 10. Chances to make both chances to make birdies to get rounds started. Tiger Woods, Sean, trying to close with 1.
Yeah, it's been a very solid day for Tiger. Trying to shoot in the 60s. 2-putt here, par would be 68, 2 under. He hasn't had an opening round in a major in the 60s since the 2014 Open Championship. Of course, he's missed some along the way since then.
Yeah, that's a great start for Tiger Woods in this 2020 PGA Championship. A lot of good stuff. Workmanlike.
from 10 feet 2 inches. So he gets in at 71 1 over with just the third birdie of the day at 9. Jason Day, who
Exceptional for so many years. Mistakes happen.
and Rory in at even par 70, and that's probably about how it should have been with as up and down as the round was.
Obviously a talented player, Masters champion, and he's just beginning. Brendan Steele finishing things up here on 18. A chance to tie for the lead.
Going down the.
Is among a group of major champions. Koepka, Rose, Johnson, Keimer, all major champions. Xander Schauffele has been a fixture in a short period of time up there on the leaderboard. Gary Woodland, the U.S. Open champion, in a group of 5 already in at 67, including Tony Finau, who's been playing so much excellent golf. A lot of good golf in this first round of the PGA Championship. Get back to golf in a responsible way. Learn more and find your team at PGAJuniorLeague.com. He'll be going alongside Phil Mickelson, Sergio Garcia.
Both mentors in a way to Jon Rahm, who is one of the pre-tournament favorites. You couldn't ask for a more favorable pairing or grouping for Jon Rahm going out to start this major championship.
Matthew Wolff. A swing that's all his own, and it certainly works for him.
He owns it though, and he believes in it. And it is effective.
Abraham Ancer leaving a birdie attempt just barely on the doorstep at number 8, but he is in contention at 3 under par. So a tap in par at 8 for Ancer sends him to the most difficult hole on the golf course, number 9 at 3 under.
Second for Scott Piercy here.
57 feet, working on a bogey-free round as he plays his second to last hole, and he's 3 under.
From one Englishman to another, looks like Fleetwood's lost this right. And he has. Be potluck over there to see what he can find in terms of a lie and a path. We'll guess he'd have to punch out. We saw Brooks
Probably.
Koepka
And next on the tee,
early in his round go through that.
Viktor Hovland.
And the players have talked about the rough being on left of number 1 not being particularly penal. That's a giant mistake, starting out on a hole that's just a drive and a wedge.
We just saw Wolff, one of the young talents on tour, Viktor Hovland. Same can be said of the 22-year-old Oklahoma State Cowboy, a winner in Puerto Rico. Speaking of going low, this is something he is capable of, and as the saying in the game goes, David, not afraid of either.
No, he's quite comfortable, which is a wonderful trait to have. Not everybody is.
And next to play.
Gorgeous tee shot.
Yeah, he's got
Hideki Matsuyama.
lots of speed and lots of precision.
We've talked quite a bit about how well Rory had been playing prior to the shutdown. The last round prior to golf stopping in March, Matsuyama shot nothing. familiar there on that hill on the left-hand side.
But you're looking down back onto the green. You can chase it in there from there. Not a
Up on 7, we find Piercy looking for a birdie.
Yeah, had the really nice approach from the right rough. See him trying to get a feel for the slope. Shouldn't be a whole lot in this putt going back up the slope. We were talking earlier with where they've cut these holes in this first round. So many on almost on crowns that it's creating some indecision. It looks like it could go left, maybe a little bit right.
From a 21-year-old Wolf to the 41-year-old Piercy. He was able to negotiate that.
It'll be fun to see him go out with.
What a gorgeous day here, San Francisco, California, TPC Harding Park. Round 1 of the PGA Championship led by Jason Day.
The sun has come out. It's the prettiest day of the week. As we open up, the major champion has lifted. It's in the mid-60s. Sunny skies, the forecast. Everyone happy to be taking in the sun and enjoying the outdoors. Of those who played in the morning half, 40 of the 78 were at par or better. Just look at the scores. Par 70 layout here. Jason Day, the 2015 champion, shoots 65. There are 8 players in from the morning wave at 4 under par, led by who else? Brooks Koepka, the 2-time defending champion. Then another large group at 3 under par, including Gary Woodland, who 13.5 months ago won just down the coast the U.S. Open at Pebble Beach. Daniel Berger, already a winner in the restart this year. Tony Finau, Kevin Kisner, Noren and Lewis, and you saw Tiger in a group at 68, another wide group of players at 2 under par. Ian Baker Finch joins me in the tower at 18. Trevor Immelman at 17. Frank Nobilo calling a lot of the action from 16. Dottie and Mark are out on the course. Amanda with the interviews. Brad Gregory joining us for any rules dilemmas we might have. Let's go out to the play at the second.
Thank you, Jim. Phil Mickelson's second shot.
Trevor, that was a 7-iron. Originally had 8-iron in his hand with a cool breeze blowing from the right.
You can see there the green still a little bit receptive.
Just a moment ago at the third, Matsuyama from the back of the green, chipping back up. And so close to winning the PGA Championship 2 years ago. So Matsuyama off to a good start. Calmly takes it out. He will enjoy the sunshine. To 10.
Troy Merritt beginning his round at 10.